questions. Each one has 5 answer choices, so totally normal SAT questions, right? Now, if you were to guess wildly on every single one of these questions, that is, you were to say, okay, I don't know what the answer is. I'll guess A, I guess D, I guess B, I guess E, I guess A, and the answers are going to be the same regardless of whether you chose different letters or the same letter. But statistically speaking, you should have gotten 1 correct and 4 wrong, right? Just based on statistics. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you got number 1 correct, and 2 wrong, 3 wrong, 4 wrong, and 5 wrong, right? What would your score look like at the end of those 5 questions? Well, you would have gained 1 raw point here, right? You would have lost a quarter of a point here. You would have lost a quarter of a point here. You would have lost a quarter of a point here. And you would have lost a quarter of a point here, right? And then your total score at the end of these 5 questions would be, 1 minus a quarter, minus a quarter, minus a quarter, minus a quarter is 0, right? So that's basically where negative 1/4 comes from. It's a guessing penalty. It's designed to eliminate an advantage that might be gained by guessing randomly, right? At the end of these 5 questions, I've done a lot of work and gotten no points for it, right? But let's take a look at a slightly different scenario, right? Let's say that I don't know what the answer is to these 5 questions. So again, this time I'll just pick the same letter just to make things a little more straightforward. And again, if I were to guess randomly, let's say I got this one right, wrong, 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 I'd have +1, minus a quarter, minus a quarter, minus a quarter, minus a quarter, right? So again, same scenario where I have 0, right? But let's just say, for argument's sake, that I was able to eliminate one of the answer choices on each of these, right? So let's say on these questions I was able to eliminate E as an answer choice. I knew that E could not have been the correct answer on these. Again, this is a hypothetical scenario. Well, what would my score look like? Well, if I only have 4 answer choices to guess out of instead of 5, my chances go from 1 out of 5 to 1 out of 4. So every 4 questions that I guess on, I'm going to get 1 right and I'm going to get 3 wrong. So this 5th question sort of exits the scenario, right? So instead I get plus a quarter, I'm sorry, +1, minus a quarter, minus a quarter, minus a quarter. And therefore, if I get rid of 1, I'm actually up, let's see, there's +1, minus a quarter, minus a quarter. I'm actually up 1/4 of a point, right? It doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not. I'm not recommending you do this, but statistically speaking, we've just improved our score, right, by getting rid of 1 answer choice. And it continues along that method. Obviously, if you get rid of 2 answer choices, if you say that D is no longer a valid answer choice, well, your chances go from 1 in 4 to 1 in 3. So again, number 4 goes away in this particular scenario. I'm going to get 1 right and 2 wrong. And so if I get rid of 2 answer choices, I'm going to be up half a point over these 3 questions, right? And let's see what would happen if I got rid of 3 answer choices. I'm sure you're seeing a pattern here, right? So if I got rid of 3 answer choices, I'd have 2 answer choices left. It means I get 1 right and 1 wrong, right? So again, let's get rid of this. I get my +1 minus a quarter. It's +3/4 of a point. So if I get rid of 3 answer choices, I'm up 3/4 of a point for every 2 questions. And obviously, if I'm able to eliminate 4 answer choices, which I've done it before, if I'm able to eliminate 4 answer choices, it's not a guess, right? If I get rid of 4 answer choices, I get a point for every question because there are 5 answer choices, and I got all the credit. So that is proof that getting rid of even 1 answer choice statistically improves your score. For most of my students, I generally recommend getting rid of 2 just because I don't want them guessing that frequently. So here's where I set the benchmark at sort of like, get rid of 2 before you start guessing. But statistically, 1 even helps.